Felecia Hatcher, and she is the CEO of Feverish Ice Cream.
Hey guys, how's it going? Thank you. Oh, problems with my shoe. How's it going, guys? Come on. Good? You got a little food in your stomach? You all right now? My name is Felecia Hatcher, and I am the chief popsicle of a company called Feverish Ice Cream. But quite honestly, I feel like popsicles have the power to change the world. What do you guys think about that? Yeah? No? Huh? She's crazy, right? What is she talking about? Popsicles, lily dillies, how can they change the world? I'll give you guys a little bit of background about myself, and I'll tell you about Feverish and everything that we do to work here in the community and alleviate some problems here as well as globally. Usually in my PowerPoint I have 4 or 5 random pictures up, and the first picture is a 2.1. Anyone would just take a guess on what you think that probably means? 2.1? Anybody, just shout it out. What? A GPA, very good guess. So if you could major or minor in anything in high school, I majored in the 2 B's, boys and basketball. Quite honestly, my mom hates when I tell this story. I majored in boys and basketball, so as a result, my grades suffered. By the end of my freshman year of high school, I had a 2.1 GPA. That's pretty ugly, right? That's really ugly, right? Fast forward to my senior year, I had a guidance counselor tell me that I would never make it to college or university because of my grades. I was devastated. She proceeded to not help me look for any colleges or any scholarships because she told me I should just go ahead and get a job or go to vocational school. And I could have quit there. But has anyone ever experienced in their life someone tell them that they couldn't achieve something that deep down in your heart you knew you could? Raise your hand. All right, keep your hands up if you've used those words as motivation to prove that person wrong. All right, and that's exactly what I did. So I worked my butt off my whole entire senior year. You can put your hands down, ladies. I worked my butt off my whole entire senior year, tried to raise my GPA up as high as I could, but I started to see a pattern. This was my first lesson in marketing and kind of like personal branding. And I knew that, hey, my grades weren't my strongest point, but a lot of things were. Fast forward to senior awards night, I ended up winning $130,000 in scholarships as a C student, right? So I could have quit when my guidance counselor didn't believe in me or didn't see the potential that I saw in myself, but I kept going. And I actually dedicated my book to that guidance counselor because of that. But after I went to Lynn University, majored in advertising and PR, ended up working for some really cool companies. The last company that I worked for full-time was Nintendo as a marketing manager. That's usually the next picture that you see on the slide is a Nintendo Wii. In 2008, you guys kind of know what happened to the economy, right? What happened? Went down, right? And as a result, I ended up losing my job from Nintendo as a marketing manager. But not only did I lose my job, my husband lost his job from the same company at the same time. That's pretty ugly, right? Really ugly. And we were devastated. Being unemployed is nothing nice at all. You know, having someone take something from you, and that's exactly how we felt because we absolutely loved our jobs. And I really felt like someone had taken something from me, and I never wanted to be in that position again. So I started, hey, you know what? I want to create something that makes me smile and that makes other people smile. And so we created Feverish Ice Cream. Super, super, super humble beginnings. We bought 2 ice cream carts off the luxury shopping website called Craigslist. And that's what we started our company with. Super low budget. I like to say we started our business on a ramen noodle budget. For college students, you should know exactly what that is, right? But furthermore, you know, we make gourmet popsicles. They're all vegan. We make spiked popsicles for adults. We have eco-friendly ice cream trucks. And we have some really cool clients, anywhere from Google to Tom Cruise, Sheraton Hotels, Cirque du Soleil, the US Census, have all hired us to do some really cool stuff with our popsicles. Who would have thought with popsicles, right? But the thing that prides us the most is we wanted to use our popsicles as a catalyst for change. And one of the biggest problems here in South Florida is actually youth unemployment, which I believe you spoke about earlier today. Youth unemployment. I believe the last time I looked, the youth unemployment rate was about 31% here in South Florida, with the national average for adults being less than 9%. Do you guys know what that means? Anyone? That means that we're moving from being unemployed to creating a generation of students that are becoming unemployable. Kids that are becoming unemployable. You know what that means? That you don't even have the skills needed. You're not given the opportunity to develop the skills in order to get jobs and get opportunities when they come across. And that really results from adults taking those first-time jobs that kids are usually able to get. I remember my first job when I was 16 was flipping burgers at McDonald's. But it gave me some real-world experience to the stuff that I was learning in my math class. So our kids these days aren't able to get that experience. They aren't able to gain those skills. So we wanted to do something about it. Instead of giving a handout, we wanted to give a hand up. So we started from what we knew. We started with popsicles and we started with an ice cream cart. And we donated a popsicle and ice cream cart to a group of about 20 girls here in Broward and taught them, instead of giving them jobs, we're like, hey, we want you to become entrepreneurs. They decorated their cart, they learned about marketing, science, math, engineering, technology. We've done everything with our business on social media, and that's what we taught them. And they sell popsicles. Matter of fact, they sell on average about $319 to $325 every time they go out. That's better than my husband and I when we first started. They do really, really good. But they went from being 20 unemployable statistics to 20 entrepreneurs. That's awesome, right? And I tell you that story because each and every one of you can do the exact same thing. Whether it be entrepreneurship or reaching back into your communities, or even sometimes in our own homes and helping our brothers and sisters. Do something positive, change our worlds. You gotta think about it. Most people look at Oprah as the pinnacle of success, right? Whether it be financial or for her charity work. But you think about Oprah 30 years ago, right? When she was just getting started, Oprah with the fro. You guys remember her? Right? 30 years ago, Facebook didn't even exist yet, guys. Twitter was just a sound. 4G was a parking space. LinkedIn was a prison. And the cloud was in the sky. So you guys have everything that you need to become successful and to change your communities. Here, and pretty much in between your laptops and your cell phones. You guys agree? You have every single thing you need to tell your story and to change the world. So I challenge each and every one of you guys today to not only occupy the present, but also occupy your future. Can you guys do that for me? Yes? Can you occupy your future? Let me hear it. Oh, I don't know about that. Come on. Yeah? All right, so on 3, I just want you guys to say, I will occupy my present and I will occupy my future. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. I will occupy my present and I will occupy my future. All right, thank you guys so much. Huh?
Would you mind taking questions?
Do I want to know?
Would you mind taking questions?
Oh, yeah.
Would anyone have any questions for Felecia? Okay, switch it up a little bit and see if anyone has any questions that they have for her. If you just raise your hand, I'll bring over a mic to you. Right over there. If you could say your name also.
I'm Peter Jimenez. I was wondering if you could tell us something about how you obtained all those scholarships.
The main way I got all the scholarships was really just kind of, honestly, my high school would have this thing called Scholarship Wednesdays, and it was nothing fancy. They literally would just put out all the scholarship applications. And the first day I went there, and I was in a rush, so I just grabbed every single application and took them home. And then when I had a free time, I literally went through every single application, looked at what they asked for, and then that's when I actually started to see a pattern. I started to see like, hey, this one's like $500, but it doesn't ask for a GPA requirement whatsoever. I'm going to apply for that. Or this one's like $2,000. It's local, which is the best way to go, you guys, local scholarships. It asks for, a few hundred hours in community service. I had that. So I always looked for opportunities where I could let everything else that was really good about me shine and not have them pay attention about my GPA, if that makes sense. But picking up every single application, and then a lot of times you can pick up an application today and do the things that are needed to qualify for that scholarship before the deadline. I joined the golf team in order to qualify for a scholarship. I was that determined to get money, mostly because my mom told me you're either going to military or you're going to college, and you got to figure out a way to pay. So I didn't want to go to the military and not knocking it, so I was like really desperate to figure out how to pay for my education. But a lot of it is just like that, and no shame in your game. If you need to join an organization, that's another thing. Join organizations that have those kind of opportunities for you, whether it be a really top-notch network or scholarship opportunities. Same thing with jobs. Look for jobs that offer scholarship opportunities. We may laugh at people that flip burgers at McDonald's, but McDonald's has a really sweet scholarship opportunities exclusively for employees and dependents of opportunities, and look outside the box. Another thing I want to say to answer that question is think outside the application. You can easily do crowdfunding to fund your education. Anyone have $1? Can anyone give me $1? Really quick. Or a 5 or a 10 or a 20. Anybody? Hurry, hurry, hurry. We don't have a lot of time. Remember, if you gave me money, ooh, she's dropping money. Anyone else? $1? Anyone got a 5? 20? I'll give it back, I promise you.
I never carry cash.
Oh, I'll take ATM cards too, with PIN numbers. Ooh, 20. All right, anyone else? Could you count that for me?
Yeah. Oh, we have another one over there.
Oh. All right, both of you contributing to the fund. This is Felicia's Red Lobster Fund right here. You're not getting your money back. All right, let's see.
34.
$34, right? That's essentially what crowdfunding your education is, right? So within probably 30 seconds, because some people were being a little stingy, I said I would give it back. Within 30 seconds, I was able to raise $34, just that fast. You have websites like Kickstarter, Peerbacker. There's a bunch of educational ones that have just popped up. So a lot of times we look for that grandiose scholarship, like the Bill and Melinda Gates $25,000 scholarship. We put all of our eggs in that one basket. But you can raise $25,000, $1 at a time from 25,000 people. That's still 25,000 bucks, correct? And see how easy it can be? You guys are young and you're in college and you're in high school and you're doing something positive. You're not out breaking into someone's car, let's be honest. So people want to support youth that are doing something positive, and if they can support you $1 at a time, they will do that. It adds up really, really, really fast. It's just all about getting creative with your limited resources. Oh, come get your money, guys. Come get your money.
Does anyone else have any other questions? Any other questions?
Anyone have questions about starting a business? Yeah. Come on, my future CEOs. Yes, sir. Yeah, do you have a question? Do you have any questions about it? You want to, okay. You got the $1 million idea over there, right? All right, tell me later.
That's a good segue. Oh, we have one more question over
Okay.
here.
In order to start a social venture?
Anyone hear the question? Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, the first 3 steps in order to start a social venture. 1, figure out what your passion is. Whatever you are passionate about, that's what you need to start your venture around. because it's just going to make everything just kind of streamlined throughout your whole life. Like for us, that's why we started something with Popsicle, because it was a natural extension to what we were already doing. Like same thing with my guys back there, Chevron, that's exactly what he does. It's a natural extension to what he already does. So that would be the first step. I am a social media fanatic, so my next step, your next step should be making sure that you, whatever the name is that you come up with for your organization, your mission, you need to own all of those domains, all of those sites, and start getting traction, because that's where the money is coming from. I mean, there's grant money, but social media and crowdfunding, like I can't say it enough. There's Issa Rae with Misadventures of an Aqua Black Girl. She couldn't get her show, a network to pick up her show. She was only trying to raise $30,000 on Kickstarter. She raised $50,000, one donation at a time. So it's definitely possible to do whatever you need to do. It's just about kind of getting creative. But those would be my first steps.